Ladies and gentlemen, this is it. We are at the point with our Tesla Model 3 where there is no way back. The car is fully disassembled. We already started to cut all the unnecessary mounts on the car and etc. And also, a few days ago we have received this great cage. So it will be basically one of the first Teslas in the world with the fully welded cage inside, and it will be definitely the first car which will be also the rental car for the Nurburgring Nordschleife. As well, you can already pre-book this for the upcoming season in the link below, and hopefully we will manage to finish the car before the season starts. So behind me you can see the roll cage from AST Roll Cages. As you remember, the guys just even less than 2 months ago we've been here at Ringfreaks and we have scanned our Tesla Model 3. After that we flew back home, we engineered the cage, we fabricated it and sent it. So it took less than 2 months to make it all happen here. So behind me you see all the contents what you receive from AST Roll Cages in the box. So you basically receive all the tubes needed for the cage, pre-cut, pre-bent, and also all the gussets and everything what you need. Basically it's a great kit. It's not the first kit which we will be using, but it's of course the first kit from AST and for us, and basically it's one of the first welding kits for the Tesla Model 3 in the world. Let's check what was in the box and also let's put it inside. So here you see all the tubes which we will be using in the Tesla. As you see, all the ends are already nicely pre-cut, tubes are pre-bent, all the plates for the bottom, for the cage are already bent, made, all holes are drilled. As well, all the gussets are also made. So it's basically what is left. It's mainly fitting the tubes inside of the car and welding. No bending, no cutting needed, and it fits perfectly. It should fit. It's first one, so we will see. And as mentioned before, my work here is mostly done, and now I will leave the car for professionals of our team to put the cage in.
Welcome back to Ringfreaks, to model Tesla 3 race car build. So here you can see we're welding in roll cage. Everything is spot welded. Why we do with spot welds? Because to see if everything is cutted correctly, everything fits, and like we see, everything fits perfectly. So everything is precisely cutted, bended, everything is very high quality. So next stage it will be to cut some pipes out because it's spot welded, to weld it fully the main capsule. Later we lower the roll cage to weld the upper sides. Here you can see what you cannot reach normally, and later everything is going back and fully welded. We took the not needed parts now away, but we could weld the top part, lower the roll cage, to weld, like I said before, this part that you cannot reach, and later it goes back when we weld this part and lift it back. So okay, the roll cage is cut out now off the body, so you use rush wrap to tighten the rear one, because you can see here it doesn't go through the hole, it needs a lot of force to go, and the front just goes in. And it's fully down. Now we can weld again. Like you can see, here is a lot of places you cannot reach. Now everything will be welded. First of all, I want to say, when you build always roll cage, when you have a weld, after when you finish one step to weld, for example, all the top of the car, of the roll cage in the car, like this, you have reachable points. I suggest always to clean welding spots. Why? Because if you don't clean it, after 2 days it will get all rusty, brown and ugly, and later when the roll cage is up in the place, you cannot reach this place to clean. So when you clean everything now, in reality later after priming and painting, you just need to go all the roll cage with Scotch-Brite, brake cleaner, and you can paint it. You save a lot of time, nerves and everything. So next step is to put in the position the main beam plates. You can see here in the position, spot welded. Put the front ones, also place in the plate, spot welded. Next step, to put the 5X. That's all. As you see, our roll cage is how a lot of people would be thinking that you building a roll cage need to start welding from here. We do it opposite because it's the correct way. Because all the construction of roll cage is already welded. Why you need firstly to weld the upside and everything, all the capsule? Because the roll cage shrinks about 2 centimeters. It becomes smaller. Like you will see before in the video that firstly when we spot welded the roll cage, it didn't move in the car, and now it was moving freely. So like you can see, here at the bottom nothing is welded and all over construction is fully welded. The last step is welding the roll cage to the car, that it wouldn't be any stresses to the chassis and the car would be still left straight because it can be bended.
Linus, I think the corner is not welded.
Good, because it needs not to be not welded. Because when you weld the butterflies, the gas needs to escape somewhere. If it's fully welded, the gas escapes through the weld and the weld is ugly. So here is not welded, here and here. Here is fully welded because the pipe is the same.
So as you see, roll cage is already in the car. And as you maybe noticed, it's really important to know the right sequence how to put it inside. Because it's also really important, because it's a safety feature, to have all the welds fully welded. So the sequence must be right. Otherwise you might be in the blind spot where you maybe not be able to fully weld all the tubes. So now all the weldings in the car are done. As well, we have already placed the mounts for the seat belts. And basically the next step will be painting the interior. You may ask yourself why we are taking this huge extra mile and we are putting this full FIA racing cage in the Tesla. Even it's one of the safest cars in the world at the moment. The thing is, we want to provide you with the comfort in the racetrack. It means we want to place the racing seat with the racing harness, which provides the good stability for your body. However, once you remove one safety feature from the original car, in our case we will be replacing the original seat with the racing seat, the other safety features may not work as they are provided by the manufacturer. So basically we need to replace original safety equipment with racing FIA equipment. It means we need full roll cage, racing seat, racing harness, roll cage paddings and other things. Then it will create the car even safer than it was originally. So I think you have an answer. And after a few days, we have already put the cage in and have painted it. So check it out. So as you see, the cage fit perfectly. We have put around 30 meters of tube and it weighs around 50 kilos. So of course it increases the weight of the car about 50, maybe with the paint and everything about 60 kilos, but the safety is more important than these kilos. As you can see, we have used the silver, dark silver color, which is mostly used in BMWs. This is E46 M3 original color. And from our experience on working on so many projects, we have noticed that this color fits the best. So it doesn't make the interior too dark, but it also makes this fine finish look. Because this cage was engineered after 3D scanning this Tesla, so AST roll cage guys could use every inch of this car to make this cage as spacious as possible. So you can see the upper tubes of the cage goes really like about half centimeter away from the top glass. As well, other tubes are going like just few millimeters away from the cage. So it really made a spacious cage both for the driver and passengers to have enough space around the head, also for the arms and next to the steering wheel, which is very important both for safety and comfort while driving the track. During the welding process, you maybe have noticed that Linus was welding the cage not only between the cage, but also he welded the cage to the chassis in many places. The thing is that both chassis and both cage alone, they are already pretty stiff construction. But if you weld them together and make as a one structure, it makes incredible stiffness. That's why we use also these additional gussets here, there, and also we welded it at least in 8 points to the car additionally. It makes it really stiff. And that's it for today. The cage is done, let the paint dry. And what's next? So in the next series you will see how we will put the design of the Ringfreaks on the car. As well, we will put nicer BBS wheels on the cars. And of course we will start assembling the car. And finally we won't have so much parts messing around upstairs. As always, don't forget to like this video, don't forget to subscribe our channels, and see you very soon.